So, John, this is a chap that I grew up with. Loved the guy, Christopher Reeve. This is the Christopher Reeve story. Superman, the official trailer. It's quite a long trailer.
You did, yeah.
And I think I'm very interested in this because, as I said, I grew up watching these films, not just the Superman films, but in general, very good actor, very nice guy he came across as anyway, and a very dedicated working actor as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, tragedy struck in 1995.
Horse event,
a horse event, and then obviously I think it was about 10 years later he passed away. A very young guy as well when he passed away, which
huge
was so
inspirational guy as well though, Stephen,
Yeah.
and aptly titled
Yeah.
because although he played Superman and that's what he's synonymous for,
Yeah.
as a human being he was super and he was a Superman. What he did for paraplegics and obviously people who have been victims of paralysis is legendary at this point. He always fought against the limitations of his body after that horrible accident, and really trailblazed and tried to find treatments and regaining some kind of movement in his body and his limbs and whatnot. And also what he's done for a lot of other people, it's almost reminiscent of what Michael J. Fox has done for Parkinson's over the last 30 odd years. So he's a hugely inspirational sort of guy, not just as an actor, but what happened afterwards. I didn't know about this. This is, I'm hoping, going to go lots and all into the trials and tribulations of his life after the accident. Hopefully it's not just a sort of glazed job on his acting career, because we know about that. Not a lot of people know about what came afterwards. I think a lot of people do, but most people probably don't know of the tragic side of this guy, but how spirited he was. So I'm looking forward to delving into this.
I'm looking forward to this, John.
Because he deserves to be remembered, this guy, and he will be remembered.
He will be. John, I mean, he's always going to be synonymous with Superman. He's always going to be synonymous with that legendary John Williams score. When you think of the score, you think of Christopher Reeve. When you think of Christopher Reeve, you think of the score. It's just part and parcel of the guy's makeup in that sense from a showbiz angle. But you're absolutely right. This is going to be a personal journey. I think it's going to be quite emotional, actually.
Yeah, hopefully, because it deserves to be told. He's a inspirational man, as you said, gone far too soon.
Yeah,
but really impactful when he was on Earth. He done a lot in a short time, if you like. But shall we press play?
Yeah, let's do it
and get into this. Play.
Everybody's looking for a hero. I am not a hero. That was a part. I played the part. I'm not that man.
Hands down, he was Superman from day one.
I realized that if I could pull off this part, it would change my life.
John Houseman said, Mr. Reeve, it is very important to become a serious classical actor. Unless, of course, they offer you a load of money to do something else.
He convinced me when I first met him that he would fly.
Doing things with my dad, it was all about activity and action. Riding bikes, playing soccer, skiing.
Carpe diem, Al!
My dad was very competitive, and he didn't necessarily slow down.
We said goodbye, and he gave this wave. That was the last time I saw him on his feet.
Mr. Reeve currently has no movement or spontaneous respiration.
Superman, crazy. Just that simple little thing over the horse.
I'd ruined my life and everybody else's. I won't be able to ski, sail, throw a ball to Will. Won't be able to make love to Dana. Maybe we should let me go.
She came flying in, and she just yelled, "I love you. I love you."
And then she said the words that saved my life. You're still you, and I love you.
He and Robin were such good friends because they could match each other.
Robin also had struggles that he dealt with his whole life, and I think that they both were aware of darkness.
Brother Chris is fighting like crazy. When you find people who fight like that but still keep their humanity, that gives you great hope.
That is tough because I can feel him, but he can't feel me.
It must have been hell for my mom, too, knowing what she had lost.
I felt I needed to do something, not just for myself, but for everyone else in the same condition.
The fact that Superman was in a wheelchair and was willing to go public with it was huge.
Help is on the way.
The Christopher and Dana Reeve Paralysis Act.
People are literally walking because of him.
What is a hero? My answer was that a hero is someone who commits a courageous action without considering the consequences. Now my definition is completely different. I think a hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles.
I wouldn't have missed this for the world.
That's what's really good.
It does look good. Yeah, looks powerful.
Just came across as a very nice man, very decent person, a decent human being, and as you said, you know, it's been I don't know, 20 years, maybe just shy of 20 years since his passing, and people still talk about him. They still talk about obviously his biggest role. But away from that, obviously, setting up this foundation as well and inspiring all these people that are suffering these difficulties and walking and feeling in their body and stuff like that, just to keep moving forward, keep moving on. And very much like Michael J. Fox, as you said, with Parkinson's, John, you need that figurehead, you need that. It doesn't always have to be a celebrity, but when celebrities can put themselves in that position and send that message out to the world,
it gives hope to people.
It gives hope, exactly.
And if you've got a man who's synonymous with Superman, very strong individual who's not from here, and obviously he's supremely powerful, and he befalls this tragedy and it happens to him, and he's able to rise up and maybe just show the raw humanity and show that there's hope, even in the toughest of situations, then that'll be immensely powerful for people who, not just at the time, but obviously in this generation and moving forward, who are going through that as well. Also, the cruelest thing, Stephen, is that if he could have hung on maybe another 15, 20 years, the stuff with, I mean, I know a lot of people love to hate Elon Musk, and to be fair, he does some things that I don't agree with, but the stuff he's doing with the Neuralink, it's maybe not giving people the power to move their limbs, but they're able to interact with the world through their brain and whatnot. And there's a lot of innovative stuff starting to happen. Yeah. Sadly, it's came just a little bit too late for someone like Christopher Reeve. But this guy's, I mean, he's laid down the foundations for everything that really came with paraplegics and people who have suffered from paralysis. So, again, I didn't realise that how close Robin Williams was with him, and obviously instrumental in maybe saving him, and along with his wife and his family, and putting him on that journey of try to inspire other people in a really dark pit. I mean, that speaks volumes about Robin Williams. Just a supremely brilliant guy.
I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that his wife passed away not long after he passed away, which was quite sad. But John, I was 11 when he last did Superman. I think it was 87, The Quest for Peace, Superman 4, that one that we all know and love.
Don't do it, people.
In some fashion, but I mean, even prior to the accident, it was very important in my life because I loved the comic books, I loved his films, I loved just watching this guy, his entrance into, I think it was 45 minutes into the film or something like that, the first movie that was.
Just charisma, man.
He's just that entrance, and the guy is so humble as well because he played Superman in Superman the movie and wasn't even top billing. It was obviously Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman, and didn't put him off. He didn't have an ego, and obviously in his position and acting at that point wasn't in par with the likes of Brando and Hackman. I get that, but it was something that he wanted to do, and he did it, and he did it very well. He did make it. What was it that they said? You will believe a man can fly. Well, that was because of him.
Yeah,
his body movement. I've watched the documentary, John. I mean, obviously technology was very limited back in 1978.
But it's such an important grouping of movies. I don't know if you'd call it. I mean, it's a franchise. It laid the foundations for what was to come with the likes of Tim Burton and Batman, and also moving forward the MCU, the Fox universe with the X-Men and whatnot. If you didn't have that and the clear interest and the success that stemmed from it, then you wouldn't have had those movies. That laid the foundations for what was to come.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people like to talk about Henry Cavill, and I'm the same, but when you look at it, I mean, his legacy, he's up there with the likes of Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man, they're synonymous with the character.
I'll always have that attachment to him through my childhood, John. I know we talked about it, I think, on Sin's show last month, where I think yourself and Sin agreed that Henry Cavill was your Superman, and that's perfectly fine because that's who you grew up with. For me, it was always Christopher Reeve for both Clark Kent and Superman. The guy, I don't know what it was. He knew how to separate both characters and play them differently. You know, in terms of his body language and his speech delivery as well.
Yeah,
very talented man, John. It's very interesting to see that this is only in theatres, September 21st and September 25th. I hope this comes over here. I really do. If they're saying it's only in theatres,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'd love to see it as well.
And obviously it's the McQueen director, I think I've seen as well. So
yeah,
you've got someone that knows what they're doing in terms of documentary. So it looks powerful. It's going to delve into the humanity of the man, not just the actor and the character that is Superman, but the actual man and what he went through. And obviously with sort of information being shared by his sons and I presume his wife when she was still alive.
His daughter as well.
And his daughter. So you're getting a sort of really detailed look into where the guy was in his deepest, darkest moments and how he found hope.
Yeah.
How he was able to inspire people and obviously enact change for the better for people who are now going through what he was going through. So that's a really interesting thing. I didn't know about it until tonight.
No, I didn't know
and
about it either.
I'd love to go and see that.
I think it came out a few days ago, didn't it? 4 days ago, as we record this. I didn't know anything about it. Came up on my recommended, and I was like, "What is this? All right, okay,
yeah,
need to do it."
Fair play to Warner Brothers as well, putting that out. I mean, I think they fucking know it, to be fair. But fair play anyway. What's your thoughts though on Superman, the Christopher Reeve story, the official trailer that is? Your thoughts down below about the man, about the character of Superman, what it did for you maybe growing up, or maybe, I mean, if you were born long after his last sort of appearance as Superman, what the character did for you regardless. If you've seen it in the theatres at the time, if you were watching it way after like me. Thoughts on the man himself, on the concept, the documentary, on our reaction, anything you want to share, put it down below in the comments section. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyes for future content like this from this channel. That's how you enable it. And until the next time, what's left to be said is thank you for watching this.